My wish for you this holiday season is that you'll take the time to enjoy your loved ones and really focus on the spirit of love and Thanksgiving. Have a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year from my family to yours.
Oh, I think they're doing a great job. A lot of them are.
Good afternoon, Dwayne. How are you?
Not too bad, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today with Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. If you're ready to talk, we're willing to listen.
Well, I really enjoy this program today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
May God bless every person.
Hey, welcome and thank you. A fantastic Friday as we get into the month of December, and Parliament was just in session, honorable premiere. So we're happy to have been able to take that live here on not only, we bring it to you. So stay tuned for 1 hour of open line here on Talk Today.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today, the Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program. We ask our listeners to avoid statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use any indecent language or make any statement which is false or misleading. Email talktoday@candw.ky or call 1-800-534-8255.
Courtesy of Flow.
Cayman's #1 network that connects you to your world like never before.
Let your voice be heard. Once again, here's your host, Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, welcome, and thanks for joining us, and thanks to for all of you who were listening to the broadcast from our House of Parliament. We're glad that we could have taken it to you live, and shows just another reason why Radio Cayman gives you that access. Let's take this call. Welcome, thank you for calling.
Dwayne, how are you doing?
Excellent. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, and I'm elated to hear that Radio Cayman is carrying Parliament live and direct and not a rebroadcast.
Well, we thank you for that, and we recognize that we have a sister program at 105.3 on our Breeze FM. But yes, glad that was accessible to you.
So I heard on the news today that basically, I'm paraphrasing, that the Attorney General had advised government that it didn't worth fighting with the NCC as it relates to the road. And I find that a little bit concerning. That an entity that was created by government, whether we are pro environment or not, I thought government and by extension Parliament was supreme.
Okay, go ahead. I want to hear you, and then I maybe engage you if you wish. But go ahead. Yes.
The fact that the Attorney General, I think I'm not quoting the news incorrectly. I think I heard it clearly. Would advise government not to take up that challenge. To me, is something that needs to be fixed. Say no more.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that in what you said and all that you haven't, that there are people would be like you asking questions, if I might, and I won't belabor it, but do we have, collectively just speaking generally, a government that says, here's a government policy relative to something, and when one entity of government has a particular view that may be contrary to the other entity, how do they come to the table to ensure that there is a concerted shared ethos? But to your substantive point, if something is created in legislation like the Conservation Council, is it unconsciously? Was it deliberate? Was it inadvertent that that thing now has a life of its own? Has it been imbued with powers that are greater than what was anticipated? Were they there intended and we missed it in our debate and discussion and all the deliberations in making a decision as to what this thing will be the ultimate determinator? But more than that, has that thing assumed, a presence onto its own greater than this remit, and nobody's willing to challenge? So your questions are certainly, worth pursuing.
And I'm not suggesting we
not at all.
trying to minimize the importance of our environment, and this is that is, to my mind, a separate issue. The paramount here is the role of cabinet, parliament, and if our own attorney general is advising against taking up something as important as the road, to ensure that the government is on legal footing when they pursue the road, if the attorney general is advising against that, that is something that needs to be fixed. And mind you, the intention of the legislation might have been a credible one.
Mm-hmm.
However, that is why Parliament is alive and active.
Mm-hmm.
Some piece of legislation needs to be fixed. They should rush. They should rush to Parliament to fix it.
Well, if, as you said,
I must add, Dwayne, this is not. I'm not suggesting that this is a government, the fault of this present government. I think this issue with the NCC has been there from previous administration. And thus, if it is playing out now in such a way that one night that there is a patch that is needed, then that patch should be put in place as soon as possible, because my thinking is that Parliament and micro of Parliament is the executive should be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate you being attentive and raising that. Perhaps what is important is that as a people, we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by the shiny and the glitter. We don't become so passionate about something that we miss what maybe, again, inadvertent or deliberate, just slipped in somewhere to do something, right? And like you said, it's not whether you're for or against the environment, but sometimes how objective and logical are we? And are we blinded by our passions? What is it to say? Love is blind, right? You can't see what is before you that everybody else can see because you're so enamored with the thing. Maybe this is one of those things that, as you have intimated, needs further evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just thought I mentioned that because I was set back in my seat when I heard the news yesterday about the advice of the attorney general.
Well, I'll just look at a message from somebody and I will try to read it as it's sent, because maybe I misinterpreted it, which is speaking to what a person says. A person may have an opinion irrespective of who that person is, but if that person's position is such that, and I'm paraphrasing, like in this instance, I guess the reference directly to, the government's chief legal advisor in the office of the Attorney General saying, let's do this, is that the only opinion that should be sought then? This message shares the government has spent, according to its, budgetary sort of thing, millions over the years in seeking outside legal opinion. Is this a case where we should do the same? But there was another piece that was ventured there I shall hold for now. But thanks very much, my friend.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. When we come back, maybe we can revisit not just, what we heard being broadcast just then from the House of Parliament, but to that caller's point and speak to the issue as he's tried to, and not to any person, but to the policies. We'll join you right after. Please stay tuned.
Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. 'Tis the season to be merry and healthy in the Cayman Islands. At Doctors Hospital and Integra Healthcare, we're not just a hospital and clinic with a talented group of local and international healthcare professionals. We're your partners in well-being throughout the year. So may your holidays be filled with the soothing sounds of the ocean, the embrace of good health, and a commitment to a healthier tomorrow. From all of us at Doctors Hospital and Integra Healthcare, we wish you and your loved ones happy holidays and a wonderful new year.
Honey, you and your team have had such a busy schedule. I've ordered Subway catering.
Oh, I love Subway. Did you order the Flavor Craver and the turkey wrap platters?
I also ordered Fresh Fit Platter for some of the team.
Hey! And Subway's fresh baked cookies?
Yes, even though you seem to get plenty of them.
No matter how big your crew is, keep them going with the great taste of Subway. From customized boxed lunches starting at just $6 to their famous platters. They'll love the taste and you'll love the price. Subway. Eat fresh.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Jingle all the way into the season of incredible savings and wish granting with Digicel. This Christmas, get 25% off your Prime Bundle plan or postpaid bill for the next 6 months. With plans featuring social data, entertainment data, and more, Digicel keeps you connected and entertained all season long. But here's the real magic. Digicel could make your Christmas wish come true. Win a prize of your choice, from getting your rent paid to a new laptop or even a brand new car. Visit a Digicel store today, where dreams come true this holiday season.
Santa says ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho!
Don't miss your chance to win big this holiday season with the Rubis Pure Joy promotion. Win $30,000 to pay your bills.
Merry Christmas!
Each time you top up your tank with $25 of fuel or merchandise from Jose's 24-hour food mart, you earn another stamp.
Ho, 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 ho.
Collect 6 stamps and you're entered to win a lot of awesome prizes. You could be the lucky winner of $30,000 to pay your 2024 bills.
Ho, 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 ho.
Don't forget to share the Christmas spirit with gift certificates your loved ones can use at Reflections, Liquor for Less, Hemp and Tobacco, Food for Less, or Jose's Rubis. Now open 24 hours a day to serve you.
Merry Christmas!
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
A house isn't a home without the perfect furnishings and decor. At Robert Wood Furniture and Design, we have everything your home deserves. Shop now for incredible store-wide savings, up to 50% off on sofas, beds, dining tables, and chairs. Or ask about our custom furnishing options and interior design services. Find the perfect gift ideas with accent pillows and vases, starting at just $10. Lamps as low as $20. Whether it's kitchen and bathroom remodeling to flooring and window treatments, lighting, fans, furniture, and home decor, Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors has all you need this Christmas. Visit our website, robertwoodky.com. Like, follow, and share our page on Facebook and Instagram, Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors, or swing by our store at Cayman Center, Owen Roberts Drive. Wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and a prosperous and healthy New Year.
If you're seeking a bargain on clothes and other household goods, stop by the garage sale at 137 Katura Street off Walkers Road, Saturday, December 9th from 7:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., December 11th through 15th from 12 to 5 p.m. Designer items from Louboutin, stilettos, Burberry handbags, tube tops and pants, microwave and kitchenware, tables and bar stools, and lots of $1 items. 5 yards of landfill for only $400. 137 Couture Street off Walker's Road, or call 925-2705.
But I do have some questions.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program. Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
And welcome back. Thank you for joining us. It is open line, and we go straight to our callers. Hey, welcome. Thanks for calling.
Mr. Sterling.
Hi. How are you? How are you?
Not too bad, and you?
Oh, very thankful. Indeed, excellent, and truly, truly, truly thankful.
That's good. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Christmas is almost here.
You know, that song, Let It Be Christmas, every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the spirit we should have, you know, as we...
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Sterling and I was down on, is it called Bartholomew Highway there? That's for your, what highway name? The one that runs, what you all call that? I think it's Bartholomew.
Well, respectfully, I would like us to see that change spelling to say it's spelled the way Bartholomew, B-O, not Bartholomew. I don't know where that come from, but that road I think is still named as there's still the Tibbetts Highway, so it's a part of the extension from what is it, Chakayanda up here going back down, no? To Yampies is going all the way down, and then it does terminate now by the Bartholomew Road that will take you.
Right.
Yeah.
I was driving on that a little while ago, and I cannot believe the amount of trash that is on both sides of that highway. Unbelievable, Sterling. Out there is filthy. I didn't know what's going down, and when a lot of it has been cleaned up, but it was a pretty sore eye for my people to see. But you know, a couple of days ago they had I don't know, 5 or 6 guys walking down a Mary Street, right in the corner of on the left hand side there by the primary school.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a few then working and a few standing, observing. And there's a couple of bags they left there, you know, from, I think this must have been Monday or Tuesday. And up until this morning, those bags are sitting there still. But Sterling, I am so disappointed to know that we bring out these cleanup people every year to try to, you know, give them a job. Get them a job. A temporary job.
Right.
And to see how they do what they do. It's not done good. It is half done. And who the supervisors are to these people when they're out there, I don't know. But I was always taught that what is done by half is never done right. When you're going to clean something, if you can't clean it good, you don't clean it at all. Leave it alone. Let the bush grow up. Throw the pot in the garbage if you can't clean it the right way. The pot. Throw the pot in the garbage. But Sterling, I saw there on the cruise ship schedule, they seem to have boats on for Christmas Day. I know we had stopped boats from coming on Christmas Day, and then on Easter, Good Friday. Now the schedule showing boat on Christmas Day, the 25th. And just wondering if Mr. Kenny could come out and tell the people of this island, especially the taxi drivers, if these boats are coming, what entertainment are they going to have when they're on island? What stores will be open on this island? I know there'll be no liquor stores open, and there'll be no liquors sent into the ships for these visitors, because I have dealt with visitors before that came here on Christmas Day and didn't really fully enjoy themselves to a degree, because all they saw while we was driving, everywhere we went was closed except for hell. Could have gone in there for free as normal. To see all of the garbage, the cleanup pile up on the roads throughout the island. So if we having boats coming this Christmas Day, I would just like to know what is the entertainment for these boats while they're on the island. I don't want to bother call and say the beach, because if they're going to go on the beach, not everybody going to go to the beach. And do they have liquor on the beach for these guys that still want liquor to drink, which I am against 100%. But I just throwing that out there, Sterling.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Sterling, the social service, I think it goes through social service. They got a few homes that they got people in that to be taken care of, right? I'm not going to put it under a mental health situation, but I don't know what the situation are for them. But they have a few homes that they got registered nurses and caretakers working in these homes. I'm not sure what even called. And do you know? What I'm talking about?
Yeah. If I hear you correctly, some of these elder care facilities like the Golden Age or the Pines or the others.
Yes.
And then some of the residents are there full time, and some I think just going for the daycare.
Yeah, and we got two there on Parkland Walkers Road, one on Maple Road and one on Truefield Road. But anyhow, what I'm trying to say is, Sterling, when does people go shopping for those people? I can't understand why is it if we got 3 or 4 places to shop for, why ain't the government making them shop wholesale and have a pantry somewhere that they can go and pull certain things out when it's needed, instead of going to the grocery store and having 3 and 4 carts pulling behind them, running all the groceries. When you could have gone and bought them wholesale and have them there to distribute to the different homes that are in need of these groceries. I'm not trying not to go to the store or anything, but I know I'm progressive, and them different places have a lot of wholesale stuff that these guys can go and put in their pantry and share it between the 3 or 4 homes or 5 homes, whatever it is, instead of going there with the grocery store with pushing 3 and 4 carts.
Yeah.
And they are running over.
You raise an issue not just with the volume purchasing in terms of the possible price benefit that they can get, economies of scale of buying in bulk, but there are some other issues too relative to monitoring the purchases. How are the goods that are bought being properly utilized? Are they going to the intended purposes? Is not to be disparaging, just questions that auditors would ask. A good that is bought, is it being used for the purpose in the place that it is, or is it being siphoned off elsewhere? But maybe
and it's true. It's true what you're saying there, because I'm quite sure some of these people probably got sugar and they got this and they got that. And when you look at the shopping cart that they got inside there, there's a sugar basket.
And
there's a sugar basket.
That in itself raises a question in terms of the dietary needs and the nutritional value. So, oversight is one thing to trust, but verify is something that we don't do anymore. We probably can't trust the ones that we put in positions to trust.
Or we trust too much. Just like need assessment. You can go and tell them that's what is the thing, and they trust you to the max. They don't come out and evaluate nothing. They will come and visit you at no point in time.
But respectful, and I know we have to break, and I don't wish to this sort of to interrupt you in any way, but think about it, right? If we collectively, as a people, are not trustworthy, we don't have the ethics, the integrity, the ethos to do the right thing. If we are scoundrels, and I use that word deliberately, hopefully it'll offend people that they'll look at their behaviors, right? And we look at it. But if we're people that act in a way and we see where we can give somebody a 6 for a 9, we can take something and, people turn a blind eye to it. That speaks to, a devalued society, right? We can travel to places where you don't have to worry about certain things because the country, the people there understand that this is what they do, whether it's not smoking in public without law, whether it's not throwing garbage on the streets, whether it's not cursing or loud music or whatever that thing is. There are still countries that have that value system. We may have had them, maybe we didn't, but do we still? as we go to the break quickly, any final thing you would want to share, Mom?
I think that we trust too much,
Mm.
and because we may say that, I'm going to use the term, all these Christian workers, they're not going to take anything. They're not going to this, they're not going to that. So let me tell you something. I don't trust nobody no further than kick them when I'm ready. Because when you don't have to buy it,
Yeah.
you have to buy it.
Yeah.
It just vanishes, and you ask yourself, where did it go? It was just here yesterday, and nobody can give accountability, and that's our biggest problem in Cayman. But anyhow, you take care and
You
thanks a
too.
million.
No, thank you for sharing your views. And as we go to the break, perhaps in the Cayman context, being Christian, as we call people, isn't just a name. Maybe it needs to be something that is exhibited in action. Maybe we are able to label on their guys and nobody, as she says, held accountable. Well, let's pause. When we come back, please join us.
It's game time, Subway fans. We're upping our sub game with the all-new Subway Series menu, an all-star lineup of 6 delicious recipes. Just order by name or number and we'll do the rest. Whether you're catching a quick lunch or just need a tasty victory, the Subway Series menu is coming in clutch. Subway Series, easy to order, hard to resist. Try it today, only at Subway. Eat fresh.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Jingle all the way into the season of incredible savings and wish granting with Digicel. This Christmas, get 25% off your Prime Bundle plan or postpaid bill for the next 6 months. With plans featuring social data, entertainment data, and more, Digicel keeps you connected and entertained all season long. But here's the real magic. Digicel could make your Christmas wish come true. Win a prize of your choice, from getting your rent paid to a new laptop or even a brand new car. Visit a Digicel store today, where dreams come true this holiday season.
Kirk Freeport's annual $40,000 Christmas sweepstakes is back once again. Simply spend $100 at your favorite Kirk Freeport store to enter to win one of 3 $5,000 cash prizes, one of 5 $1,000 cash prizes, and loads of other great prizes throughout December. And of course, the one you're all waiting for, the Rolex watch prize draw for all entries, will be held on January 5th. All purchases of $100 at any Kirk Freeport store before Christmas Eve qualify for all remaining prize draws. Full details on kirkfreeport.com. Merry Christmas from everyone at Kirk Freeport.
Talk today. But I do have some questions.
Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, welcome and thank you for joining us on a fantastic Friday as we go to our phones. Thank you for calling. How are you?
Good afternoon to you, Sterling.
And to you, sir. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
All right.
It's fine.
Thank you for taking time to call.
Well, too.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I heard what that lady was saying. She often calls with some very good suggestions and complaints. Yes, people, it's up to a personal sense of honesty and integrity to make sure that the system works the way it was intended to work. You will find that there will be cracks in it. There will be, people will not adhere to policy properly. People will abuse it and so forth. That is forever the human system. But mostly it will work, but we have to devise a different system. As I said, accountability comes with a different system of taxation, but we won't talk about that today. Just wanted to say I was very pleased to hear the proceedings, what I heard of it, and the Premier, a lady who I have a lot of respect for. I've met her several times and talked with her and so forth. And I heard very good plans for what they proposed to do and achieve and so forth. I didn't hear anything about the minimum wage committee, what success had been made or where they had arrived and all that. That was a little disappointing to me, but I guess we'll hear something from someone about it, because to me that is also very important that we took care of the FATF thing, but we also need to take care of the little man. Won't say anymore. I guess you can understand what I'm driving at when I say that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stop and think about the abolition of slavery thing. I'm surprised that people aren't familiar with that document that was brought here on the 2nd of May, 1835, by the then British governor of Jamaica. Lord Sligo was his title. His real name was Peter Brown Ho. He was an Irishman from the district of Sligo in Ireland, and he replaced a governor who was also from the district, from Ireland. He was from the district of Belmore, Lord or Earl Belmore, an infamous name in history there. But you can check that all out. People can read up about it, why I say infamous. And because there's a huge history of slave uprisings in Jamaica, gigantic uprisings, 50,000 or more slaves over many years. That is what really led to the abolition of slavery. You might not want to admit it or say so, but that had a big part to play. That document, the British governor who brought it here, he spent a day here. He was accompanied by Captain Pack, an army captain, who read it out there. Firstly, at where the museum is now, was used as a courthouse, and it was used because it would facilitate the two-chamber system that had been put in place since the election of December 10, 1831, with the upper and a lower house, the upper part being the magistrate, the lower being the elected part, or registry, the vestry, we call it. The people elected by the men of the Cayman Islands who could vote every 2 years. He was commanded to write the document. He says so in the document. I am commanded to write this document. It wasn't something that he wanted to do, therefore, because he says he was against freeing the slaves. The document ended the apprenticeship system here in Cayman for the 985 of us who were slaves, almost exactly half the 2,000 population at the time. And it ended that apprenticeship system, which had been implemented by the British government to appease and placate the slave owners for losing the services of their slaves when slavery had been abolished some 10 months before that document was written and brought here. But he says, though I think it's an injustice and an inconvenience for the slave owners to be deprived of the services of their Negroes, I am commanded to write this document. The slaves had not been registered. They should have been registered. They had not been. So he wrote it because he was commanded by the British government. Would have to be. We couldn't command him. We had sent back and forth, memos or whatever you want to call it at that time, to him, and instructions from both the elected and the appointed part to do something about this situation in Cayman. The British government had heard about it, obviously, and they commanded him by edict to do something. And that's what he did. He wrote that document and brought it here himself, spent a day, and Captain Pack read it out there on the 3rd of May in Georgetown, and then in Bordentown on the 5th, and then at the St. James House at Pedro, which we call the Pedro Castle, on May the 6th, 1835, it ended the apprenticeship system in Cayman. So it ended before all the other colonies had theirs ended. They went the full 4 and 6 years that they were to have served, including the big island of Jamaica, which had thousands and tens of thousands of slaves because of the huge sugar plantations there. There were thousands of acres each, and many of them were owned by British members of Parliament. That's a historic fact. You don't have to believe what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. So that document was not, say, written by his good intentions or so forth. He had to write it. He was commanded to write it as he says. He was given an edict, and he wrote it and brought it here himself. And it ended the apprenticeship system here. The slave owners were all paid then for the loss of the services of their slaves. As with every colony right around the world, the British government paid those recompenses to the slave owners, not their colonist governments.
Yes, sir.
The British government paid it. That set aside money to do that. And 20 million pounds, actually. And they paid it. We have it on record, what each and every slave owner got here. It's on record.
Yeah. And as you share, the compensation went to the slave owners and not to the human who was enslaved. Respectfully, sir, allow us to pause and take our news break, but always value your contributions from the historical perspective. Thank you so much, Mr. Mickey. Please listen to our news and then join us right after.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Felicia Rankin-Sollins. The National Roads Authority and its subcontractor will be undertaking works on a section of Linford-Pearson Highway between the Agnes Roundabout to the Bobby Thompson Roundabout this coming Sunday, December 10th from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. The work at this location is to upgrade the continuation of the LPH extension project between Agnes Roundabout and Bobby Thompson Roundabout. This section will be closed to both eastbound and westbound traffic during this time. In international news, federal prosecutors have charged Hunter Biden with evading $1.4 million in tax payments, a second criminal case against the U.S. president's son. The 9-count indictment also details a lavish spending spree, including drugs and escorts, over the same period from 2016 to 2019. Mr. Biden was indicted in September for owning a gun while on drugs and not declaring his addictions on a form. His lawyer said on Thursday night the new charges are politically motivated. An Australian man has died after being buried in sand on a beach, authorities say. Josh Taylor was at a beach campground on Saturday when he fell into a hole that had been reportedly dug to roast a pig. 23-year-old Taylor was airlifted to hospital shortly after the incident, but succumbed to his injuries on Thursday. Authorities are still investigating the circumstances that led to his death, which was not immediately known. Queensland Police said in a statement, "There may be numerous people who are present and are yet to speak with police." These are your headlines. I'm Felicia Rankin-Sollins. Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The headline news is
It's
brought
one
to
of
you
the
by
best
Health
moments of
Services
your
Authority.
life when you welcome your baby into the world. The HSA's Experience Women's Health and Maternity team provides the highest quality of care throughout your pregnancy and delivery. As a JCI accredited hospital, we are the leader in maternal care, safely delivering over 700 babies annually. Visit hsa.ky for more information. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands. Captain Keith Parker Tibbetts, MBE, JP. Following the 1932 hurricane, like most young men growing up in Cayman during the era, the call of the sea was heard more strongly than any other. Keith Tibbetts Sr. of Cayman Brac was no different. After assisting with the rebuilding of the family home, resurrecting the family car, and helping other relatives and the community rebuild, he built and sold several catboats before going to Jamaica to seek employment as a seaman. In 1936, he joined the Canadian banana boat Lady Somers and eventually found himself involved in the global war effort. Keith participated in the evacuation of Dunkirk in World War II. He served in the Merchant Marine from 1939 to 1940 and then as a seaman gunner on the Jamaica Pioneer. On D-Day, Keith Tibbetts was off the coast of France manning an anti-aircraft gun. Following this, he joined the Royal Fleet Auxiliary, where he served until his ship was torpedoed and sunk by a German submarine. Following this, he took a job on a tanker, which was home-based in Trinidad for bunkering American convoys, carrying military personnel and supplies to the European allies, becoming chief engineer. Following the war efforts, Keith continued the shipping trade, moving into boat building with his brothers, joining the Trinidad Shipping Company and National Bulk Carriers. This was part 5 of a special Sister Islands vignette series dedicated to Captain Keith Parker Tibbetts.
I'll be back. I've got 22 more days.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your Sister Islands.
Discover all that our Sister Islands have to offer. You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I go in flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old girl.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. 'Tis the season to be merry and healthy in the Cayman Islands. At Doctors Hospital and Integra Healthcare, we're not just a hospital and clinic with a talented group of local and international healthcare professionals. We're your partners in well-being throughout the year. So may your holidays be filled with the soothing sounds of the ocean, the embrace of good health, and a commitment to a healthier tomorrow. From all of us at Doctors Hospital and Integra Healthcare, we wish you and your loved ones happy holidays and a wonderful new year.
Find your dream car with a Cayman National Vehicle Loan. Enjoy 100% financing, up to 8-year repayment, and a 7% fixed interest rate for the first 5 years. For eco-friendly cars, we'll waive your commitment fee. This only applies to new vehicles until December 31st, 2023. Call 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Ay, I gone and broke my phone again.
What you say? You broke your phone or you broke? Can't help you if you broke, but if you broke your phone, try to take it to Cellular World. Cellular World is Cayman's phone repair shop. If they can't fix it, then they can sell you a new one. Battery and charging problems? Cellular World. Broken screen? Cellular World. Visit Cellular World Phone Repair Center, Baytown Plaza or Mearns Plaza for the older folks. West Bay Road.
It's party season, which means it's pizza boat season. Aren't you tired of the same boring pizza? It's time to party. All aboard the pizza boat. Birthday parties, holiday functions, office luncheons, game nights. Whatever your occasion, bring the fun with Pizza Boat, a Cayman twist to pizza. Bringing fusion ingredients from all over the globe to give you locally inspired fresh pizzas. All day, every day. What's more, now you can enjoy a boat-shaped pizza with toppings of your choice. It's Pizza Boat. Pizza Boat in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Fridays until 3 a.m. Pickup or delivery 949-0000 or get it online at www.pizzaboat.ky. Pizza Boat. Experience the ultimate pizza voyage.
Reflections annual countdown to Christmas sale is on now. Complete your Christmas shopping super early this year by getting Reflections gift certificates for everyone on your list. Save 60% on all Adidas apparel. Find store-wide savings up to 60% off on tees, caps, shoes, and clothing. Selected Nike, Puma, and US Polo is 50% off. US Polo handbags. Buy one, get one at 50% off. Save on ladies' fashion jeans, one pair of jeans for $25 or two for $45. Includes select Levi's 100% cotton tees by Johnny Cotton, 2 for $34.99. Spend $25 and be entered to win up to $500 in gift certificates. Open Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 9 to 9. Located on Shedden Road beside Mango Tree.
See yourself in reflections.
Talk today.
But I do have some questions.
Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Let's take this call. It's been patient on our WhatsApp. Let's see if it's still there. Welcome. Thank you for calling.
Mr. Dwayne.
Hey, what's happening?
What's up?
Good, man. If what's up, the call it is. How are you, man?
I didn't think you were going to catch that, yo.
Listen, man, you as sharp as the day is long, man, and as the sun is hot, and as the smile is bright. So, I got to pay attention to you, man.
Yeah, boy, the sun hot even in Christmas.
Well, you know what I mean. It could be the country song, I keep hearing it. Too hot for Gulf, too hot to fish, but too cold at home. You don't want that.
Can't have that.
No, man.
But hold on. One thing I noticed is, I noticed it for a while. Still, don't worry, but I just didn't business about it. Is that if you notice all these franchises are here, right? You know this. You know, okay, man, you're up inside they working. I don't see none of them. All I can hear is Spanish and Indian and whatever.
Well, say what you're saying, and I just have a thought generally, but it's more from sort of a statistical perspective. But I'm happy to always listen to you.
No, I mean if you go up in Mexico, right, you're gonna find a Mexican in every Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Right, but to your point though, isn't that part of the challenge, right? And it's something that I have asked someone to help me so that they bring their intellect but their strong analytical mind in that in the Cayman context, and it's easier if you just do it parts per million or say at 100,000, use that as a starting number. In Cayman there are only so many people, and the probability, just using the census data, that you're going to find Caymanians in a space relative to other people, if you use the census data, you probably won't find that many statistically, right? And then if you populate that on a macro level, the chances that you're not going to find them in this venue because you just saw them in that venue is even, less, right? So does that beg the question then that as we push forward with the population growth or development, some call it progress, and I'll use that word loosely in anticipation of my next comment from another Caribbean island that may have, whether consciously, and it would seem that they had, or whether they were just more patient, or whether it was just their sort of delayed, protracted approach. They now have a space where less is actually more. They got less people come in, invest in and developing, but they got more for their people because more can participate in what's available as opposed to being forced to compete with the huge influx of everything. You know what I mean?
Right. What has happened is that they redefined the term or the definition of a Caymanian. That is what happened.
Well,
because normally anywhere that you born, if you go right now and you born up in Jamaica, you're a Jamaica. If you go right now, you born up in Kentucky, same thing. You're whatever, Kentucky, American.
Right. I gather that there are some countries that if you're born there, you're automatically a citizen. I understand that the U.S. having that policy is considering whether that policy should change. I'll be honest with you, I don't pay much attention to what's happening there as much as I did in the past, right? But I say that to ask, if in the Cayman context it was assumed, and we know what they say about assuming, you get it wrong if you do, right? That a person who comes here as a visitor, they're going to stay 6 months, and they get 6 months, they're going to stay 6 days, and then they leave. There are no rights to anything other than the right to stay for that period of time under the prescribed sort of conditions. If it was further assumed that a person who comes here on a work permit, turned it to a gainful occupation license, and then who knows what we call it now. If on that document at the bottom somewhere it said this gives you no rights to citizenship status or anything, why have we allowed it to be redefined? And if the courts thought it should be this, why are there policymakers and the general public not saying, but that's not the case? I say that to share that in speaking to a lawyer, and as she said, just because you're a lawyer doesn't mean that you know everything, but you're expected to know some things about some things and have an opinion, right? If you have a license and you buy a movie ticket and it says good for one showing between 3 and 5 p.m., that doesn't mean that you can go at 3 and stay until 10. It doesn't mean that you can go before the 3 o'clock showing or you can go back. It's that license to come in for that show for that particular time at that particular venue. So why in Cayman, you pay your fee, you come in, and that automatically you're permitted, right? You have a work permit. You're permitted to come into the country, remain legally, and that automatically qualifies you so much so now that we are saying we need to change that to say it doesn't. Not to say that we shouldn't have a better system that is perhaps clearer. We can have it as, forgive me, as comprehensive as possible. That if you come into the country and for whatever reason you say, man, I like it here, that it doesn't matter your employment status or other things, you can follow a process and you'll be able to have a pathway to, I'll use the word citizenship. We're told that you can't get that in Cayman because, or whatever it is, right? But
well, why not?
But that begs the question, right? What are we doing? I mean, there's a part of me right now, as a result of what has transpired in the last week, right? And seeing the amount of our people on the streets because of addiction and substance abuse problems, male and female. They're growing contempt by many towards the country and its people, including Caymanians, and including people who have that same contempt for other people who don't look, sound, smell, or engage in their circles, right? I'm fearful that we're not seeing this growing divide. Is it caused by some injection or something in the water, or what? Where is the love, the compassion, the unity, the sanity, the civility, the sensibility?
And we were all given the pretense that slavery was abolished.
Yeah, it's. I know we'll take the break shortly, right? And I don't want to just disconnect and disrupt you and certainly be disrespectful and dismissive, but isn't it interesting that they came on context, right? I'm told there is no other call after you. If you have time, we can continue after the break, right? But let me just ask this. If in the Cayman context, orally, we were told that the existence of slavery and the interaction was different from other places. If we were like so much, we were told one thing, but we never really understood it, and we're being retold in a different way. To what extent are we going to make sure that what is defined is actually reflective of the truth? and we allow ourselves to exhibit that sense of independence, that sense of autonomy, and that sense of respect that we had, and not be dictated and defined by other people who want to superimpose, their own, version of what is. You want to talk about it after the break, or you want to catch up another time?
That is correct what you said. If you want me to wait, or know what, I will hang up and see if anybody try call.
Thank you, man. Thank you for
we
always.
just talked about exactly what we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much.
Listen, all the best to you and the family, and I hope to see you soon, man. Take care.
Yes.
All right. Fine gentleman he is, man. A great father and a loving husband. Let's pause and take a break. When we come back, more talk today.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
You don't sound too good there, Bobo.
Yeah, you know how it is. With the kids back in school, every other week they come in now with something, and then I catch it.
Sound like it catch you. But for real, brother, flu season is here and COVID is still around. You gotta stock up on things like medicine, vitamins, and minerals for you and the kids. You know what they say, prevention is better than cure.
At ValueMed, our pharmacists can help manage flu symptoms and provide guidance on vitamins and minerals to best support you and your family's overall health. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Boddentown, or WhatsApp your questions and prescription refills to ValueMed on Walkers Road at 926-1662, or WhatsApp ValueMed in Boddentown at 916-5511. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
South Coast Bar and Grill up in Breakers, man, that is the place. For traditional Cayman cuisine, oh, you will love the taste. At South Coast Bar and Grill, we got conch and lobster and turtle stew. And every Sunday, come out with your family for the barbecue.
South Coast Bar and Grill by the seaside, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily, lunch and dinner. Call us at 947-2517.
For Cayman and cuisine, the talk today is South Coast Bar and Grill.
Planning a holiday party this festive season? Drop into Reflections Liquor for Less and discover the incredible price better markdowns. Hundreds of fine from $99. Cases of ice cold below wholesale prices. Save $10 off liters of Absinthe.
Exclusively at Liquor for Less. Enjoy our big bubbly blowout sale for your New Year's Eve celebration. Fantastic manager specials on your favorite fizz. Prices so low, we can't say them on the radio. Visit our 5 Liquor for Less locations on Sandway, McClendon Drive near the airport, North Church Street, Savannah, or Northside. Ready to serve you. Open 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Sundays.
Please drink responsibly. Non-alcoholic beers, wines, Reflections gift certificates, and gift wrapping available. Merry Christmas!
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Capella Music Festival is back Saturday, April 27th, 2024 at the Festival Green in Cabana Bay. Now is your chance to purchase your tickets at the lowest price possible in the blind sale on now at capellamusicfestival.com. Save now before the artist lineup announcements start in January 2024. The Capella Music Festival blind ticket sale is on now at capellamusicfestival.com. Purchase and save today while supplies last. Capella Music Festival is brought to you by Cayman Airways, Cabana Bay, and the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism.
Honey, you and your team have had such a busy schedule. I've ordered Subway catering.
Oh, I love Subway. Did you order the flavor craver and the turkey wrap platters?
I also ordered Fresh Fit Platter for some of the team.
Hey! And Subway's fresh baked cookies?
Yes, even though you seem to get plenty of them.
No matter how big your crew is, keep them going with the great taste of Subway. From customized boxed lunches starting at just $6 to their famous platters. They'll love the taste and you'll love the price. Subway. Eat fresh.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Tomlinson Furniture wants you to make it home for the holidays. Shop our new stock of living and dining room sets, bedroom sets, decor, and more. Find the perfect gift in candles, diffusers, luxury sheets, pillows, and accessories. Dreaming of a good night's sleep? Don't miss our huge mattress selection at the Mattress Gallery. Browse online at tomlinsonfurniture.ky or shop in store for the perfect home furnishing piece. This holiday season, make it comfortable, make it home, make it Tomlinson Furniture. Located at the Tomlinson Building, corner of Walkers and Hospital Road.
Talk today.
But I do have some questions.
Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, welcome back. And looking at the clock, man, it's just a few minutes before we end, but we thank you all for listening for those who have called. So let's take possibly the final call. Welcome. Thanks for calling, man. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, my friend. How are you?
Awesome. Awesome.
I'm leaving you in the north the Friday on a good note. The old girl put me through to you, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I always trouble with that one, man.
Boy, you know, there's listening to you and I know recognizing people will understand and have a little chuckle as well because they hear the love by the way you say it, they don't hear the words, you know.
Yeah, for real, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. I was just listening to that young man that just sang up there from you, and that really true what he's saying. I can understand his concerns with that because that's something that always been on my agenda. And some days ago I was speaking about regarding the same thing with the Israel security guards, the companies with the different nationalities into the system and nothing for the Caymanian. I mean, I can't brag and say I've been all over the world, but I've been to I had my places to go. And when you go to a certain country, like how he said Mexico, you're not going to find Caymanians in that bar.
But let me ask, I mean, his point is valid, and I always, like you, like all of our callers, right? But the gentleman before, as you referenced him, he makes points that sometimes unfortunately, like many of the callers are called, we don't hear what they're saying. We immediately dismiss them, right? And I don't say that understanding that it may offend people. But are we as people, are we listening to our partners or children or parents? Are we listening to each other? Or we're not paying attention, right? So we dismiss what is being said because we don't want to hear the person that is saying it. And that miscommunication, misunderstanding, that thing that divides us causes greater friction, argument, and the like, all right?
Yeah.
And to add to your point, my question is now, given where we are we conscious of what is happening? And if you take away as best as you can the emotion, just look at the logic, just look at the numbers as it were. And if you take the population, you round it off to a nice healthy number, you drill down, as they say, what are you going to expect to find if you got 10,000, 15,000 Caymanians? It's probably not that much in terms of how Caymanians are defined and how they define themselves. And then you have other people who are now Caymanian by the operation of law or something else. And then you have these other people. Are we at risk of creating something that isn't tenable? Is it going to maintain the social fabric? Is that...
Well, it's not that we must change the fabric of the occasion, but what I'm saying is we come to a point, and I opened Grand Cayman just a couple of days ago, and I clearly can understand what's happening there. That everything is going so full ahead that nobody seems to see what they're crossing, what they're passing. You understand?
That's it.
And when I stop and look after these two little islands here that are slowly coming back, coming up to that same, we want meet that level of how Grand Cayman is, but we are getting to the point of we losing focus on such a thing, and it is a concern. I don't want to hold up your time because today is Friday, but it is a concern, and for the whole issue of it is, and we have read over this over and over and over. But if the government don't stop listening to the budget and everything there just now, they're focusing on these pile of projects, but still they're leaving out what is most necessary for Caymanians, and that is to take Cayman in hand and make sure that there are something left for the Caymanians to have. Yeah. We are being pushed aside because of cheap labor. I mean, where are we going to end up?
Yeah.
Where are we? What are our children come to? I keep saying that. What the children come to school? What are they going to have? Yeah, if they come out of school with one little degree that say that, okay, or not. Let me rephrase that quickly, Sterling. If they come out of school and they don't have a degree, but they can go into the construction field, they're not going to be hired because they don't have no passes, because they can't lay a block, or they cannot take a measurement, or these things are happening, and because of we are being override by blindness. I call it blindness.
Sometimes willful blindness, right?
Yeah,
man. And to your point as you close, I mean, it's not just even coming out of high school, but what about students coming back to university with degrees, perhaps professional qualifications, accountants and lawyers, and they're saying they can't get a job? Or that
I can stand for that, Sterling, because I sent mine there and paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for them to do for that 4 years.
Yeah, man.
And no, government is struggling, talking about, they can't find no spot, and they can't find no spot. Man,
yeah, man.
I got to start doing like what the old man has said. Sterling, let me finish with this and I'll go.
Yeah, man.
When they tell me they hand tied, I got to tell them, if I come back to you and you tell me your hand tied, I got to chop them loose. That's what the old man had to tell him.
Yeah, I think he was, using it not literally. But yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. All right.
We talk again.
We talk again, man. Thanks, man. And thank you all for listening. And as we heard, the broadcast earlier from our House of Parliament, as the caller just shared, are we actively engaged, involved, informed? Are we sufficiently invested in our people to ensure that what going to befall us is something good, positive and productive, not just to prosper us today, but position us for the future of tomorrow as we age and as our children come of age. There may be an invisible hand at the wheel. There may be puppet masters behind the scenes pulling the strings, and too many of us are willing to be pacified, placated, and somehow as we ponder our pontifications are not sufficiently, to ensure that as a people. Now, let my brain slow down so that it does not, allow the heart to say what may sometimes be more emotive than logical. But my heart is heavy as we go into the Christmas season, not just for the loss that we had, but the increased crime, the division and discord and disharmony that is dividing the society is something that we should look in the mirror and ask ourselves, what the hell are we doing? I'm not one to get engaged in heated language and expletives, but oftentimes we lack emotion and passion and we're willing to point fingers without accepting responsibility. And if we see somebody in a position who is not doing what needs to be done, do we draw alongside to help them? Or do we remove them because they're incompetent, inept, and insufficiently capable of doing what needs to be done? Now, a saying that we've heard, make haste slowly. We'll ask ourselves, where are we going, how are we going to get there, and what happens when we do? And when we provide some of the things for whom are the benefits. Much to be said, and as we look at it, now a quick programming note. God's willing, as of next Friday, Mr. Art has reminded you that he's going to take a little well-needed rest, so please join him every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as he closes out the program for his year and joins us faithfully for last year. If you did not hear his show this morning, go back, listen. There may be things that you didn't know. There may be things you question and you want to know more. Likewise, the Talk Today program will continue as we always have throughout the year. But God's willing, I'm looking forward to having a break as of next Friday. So heads up, I'll be here eating cassava cake and enjoying the turtle and the beef. Haven't had it in a while. Well, not the cassava cake because I get that often. Thanks, Miss Randall. But I'll enjoy it. Listen, let's love one another, but that doesn't mean that we can't chastise and hold each other accountable. Let's love one another, but that doesn't mean that sometimes we got to carry the bucket even more. I know, Susan. I know. All right. With that, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the Friday and continue to listen to Radio Cayman. And if you haven't, realized it by now, we're the only radio station that you need. Until Monday, my friends, safe, wonderful, happy, healthy to us all.
Find your dream car with a Cayman National Vehicle Loan. Enjoy 100% financing, up to 8-year repayment, and a 7% fixed interest rate for the first 5 years. For eco-friendly cars, we'll waive your commitment fee. This only applies to new vehicles until December 31st, 2023. Call 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments from December 11th through the 16th at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancement, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email dr.porterkman@gmail.com or call 949-9020 to book your appointment today. That's 946-9020.
Continuing the Caymanian tradition.
Let Cora keep my ground so clean.
The heart and soul of the Cayman people. Thank you for keeping the culture alive.
Let's spread the news every day. From East End to Georgetown, down into West Bay.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.